British Columbia has experienced several mild winters and drought-like summers, ideal conditions for the mountain pine bark beetle. This, combined with the large mature stands of lodgepole pine in the interior BC, has created a bark beetle epidemic. The current outbreak is unprecedented in recorded history. In BC, the mountain pine beetle has now killed the equivalent of 620 million telephone poles. Today, the environmental movement is synonymous with climate change. The effects are truly planetary. The stakes are civilization. Our cities sprawl way beyond their boundaries as the world population grows geometrically and we pour carbon dioxide into the environment. Civilization is at risk, but civilization is the problem. While we have been terraforming Earth, we've created a new heating cycle. But what we've learned is that it's not about saving planet Earth. The Earth will survive and adapt. Warming and cooling cycles are the norm. The transition to a less livable Earth is underway, and we are the cause. And so today we don't have the luxury of just being good stewards. We must be change agents. We're like ants on a burning log. So it's easy for us to see this crisis in terms of what is destructive and depressing, something that is totally out of our control. Instead, we need to think about what's positive and what's creative. I mean, nobody believes that transitioning to a clean energy economy is a bad thing. Any successful effort to stabilize the climate will destroy the distinction between environmental protection, economic development, and global equity. China or India will not agree to an approach that threatens to constrain the economic aspirations of their people. We're going to have to equalize carbon emissions. And given the close coordination between carbon emissions and living standards, we will in the end equalize global living standards. Global warming could bring drought, disease, and war, but it could also bring prosperity, cooperation, and freedom. For some, the future is a nightmare, but for others who dream, the future is open. It's time to unleash human potential and solve this problem. And so I come back to my survey, will humans ever stop fighting wars once and for all? How many think, yes, we will stop fighting wars once and for all? 1, 2. How many think, no, we won't ever stop fighting wars? If wars are inevitable, is there no hope for change? If climate change is inevitable, is there no hope for us? And yet, if we are to survive, we must believe we can make a difference. We must be the agents for positive change. Icarus took flight and he fell to the sea, but far more people can't even imagine they can fly. Today, we invite to the podium a man whose life is testament to his belief that we don't have to accept the status quo, that a dream and a vision create possibilities, that war, like climate change, does not have to be inevitable. Today's speaker follows a family tradition of public service and a life dedicated to social and environmental change. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a resolute defender of the environment. He was named one of Time magazine's Heroes for the Planet for his success helping Riverkeeper lead the fight to restore the Hudson River. The environmental attorney has confronted polluters on the Hudson River, has been arrested in Puerto Rico for trying to block U.S. Navy training operations, and is scrapped with oil companies looking to drill in remote areas of Alaska. Along the way, he has worked for environmental groups large and small, lending his famous name to a burgeoning movement fighting to bring attention to macro issues like climate change while protecting local wildlife habitat. Mr. Kennedy serves as Vice Chair and Chief Prosecuting Attorney for Riverkeeper and Chairman of Waterkeeper Alliance. The first Waterkeeper organizations in Canada was established in 1999. Today, there are 8 programs distributed across 4 Canadian provinces, and that's on the website, and maybe more as we speak. So please join me today in welcoming to the podium Robert F. Kennedy Jr.